Bloody Mary by Lady Gaga. What does it mean? And is there a hidden secret meaning? Is there deep wisdom in this song, or is it just an empty pop song, perhaps made with the name Jesus in it and Mary in it to be provocative? I spent a couple weeks thinking about this song, and then finally this morning, the hidden meaning hit me. So the first question we have to ask ourselves is, did Jesus ever say, I'm gonna dance, dance, dance with my hands above my head? He didn't exactly say that. And he actually, in the normal New Testament, he doesn't say anything about dancing specifically. But there is a place that Jesus does talk about dancing, and it's in a non-canonical chapter of the Bible, which was never accepted by the church. And this is called the Acts of John. There are a few parts in the Acts of John where Jesus talks about dancing. For example, he says, "Whoso danceth not knoweth not what cometh to pass. Amen." It also says that grace danceth. I would pipe, dance ye all. Amen. Jesus is telling us in that Bible verse, if you believe that that book, the Acts of John, should have been part of the Bible, he's telling us that we should dance because grace is with us. Everything that has come to pass is an act of God, is an act of grace. And therefore, if we're going to follow Jesus's advice, as Mary in the song is doing, then we should give thanks for the grace that has come to pass and all of the hope and the light that has come from the things that happened to Jesus. And we shouldn't sit in misery of what happened to Jesus. But that's not the hidden meaning to this song. So it doesn't really matter for this hidden meaning if you believe in the Acts of John or if you don't believe in that chapter of the Bible. It's pointing to something different. It's pointing to the fact that there are books of the Bible that are not accepted. And in this song, the narrator, Mary, is saying that I'm going to do what Jesus said. But that was only said in a non-canonical chapter. So do you know who else has a non-canonical chapter of the Bible? Mary. You know, when I was a kid, I always heard, and up until a few years ago, I believed that Mary was a sex worker. But actually, the Catholic Church has come out and said that they're sorry, that was never the case. Oops. Big mistake. Where did that come from? If we look at the actual Book of Mary, which is non-canonical, which the church said is not real, so we shouldn't read it, we can see that Mary's part with the disciples was much bigger than we're led to believe, and that actually she was kind of Jesus's right-hand man, or actually we would say right-hand woman, right? And after he died, Jesus came back to her first in a vision, which really upset one of the other apostles. Now, there's just so much more that we need to check out about Mary, about the disciples, and so on. Since we already know that the church has said that they are infallible, then we should also do our own research and decide which books from the Bible that were judged as being non-canonical and didn't go into the real Bible we think are real and that we ought to believe in. I think that is the message that Lady Gaga is saying, is that there could be parts of the Bible that were put in or left out on purpose, basically because of the church. And as a result of this, Mary got a really bad reputation. She's Bloody Mary. But nonetheless, despite her bad reputation and despite everything that's happened surrounding the church in the past 2,000 years and so on, what we ought to do is dance, as Jesus said, because, you know, God is looking down on us and everything is still going according to plan, even if we can't see it that way. And so that's what I think the message of this song is. If you enjoyed this, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you have anything, please leave a comment down below. Please leave a thumbs up if it was insightful to you, and consider subscribing if you'd like to know the deeper meaning behind pop songs. This is Signs and Symbols. See you in the next one.